Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday morning in beautiful Colorado. It's a balmy 30 degrees this morning, so definitely warmer than the 6 degrees Fahrenheit of yesterday. Still a little chilly, so I'm all bundled up. And thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you had a wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you're at in the world so far. And just want to send out love to the world to start off. So if you'd like to join me, I definitely welcome it. It's going to take a big deep breath and come back to this moment right here, right now. Beautiful. And whether you're watching this live or on playback, please join in sending out love. Don't let that stop you. This energy is outside of time and space. So we all meet outside of time and space to multiply the love to the world. So just let that love fall down into our hearts and fill us up and then overflow out to the world. And if you are in need of love right now, for your heart, for your mind, for your body, for a relationship, for a loved one, or a situation in your life, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. And before we get started into the readings, I do want to let you know today is the last day, actually, after this morning session, after I run an errand and probably eat. I will close down the drawing for this week. So you still have time to watch last week's weekly energy updates to enter into the drawing. So here's the giveaway playlist. At the very top, it tells you about the weekly giveaway that I'm going to be doing until the end of the year. So a couple more weeks. We'll see what else I'm going to do next year. But for sure, until the end of the week. And then those do have to do with the weekly energy updates, which I just put out next week's this morning. So this will be last week's that you comment on for the drawing that I'll announce for tomorrow and that I'll close out today. So I love giving away stuff. You guys know that, right? So, all right. So I think that's the only thing there. And of course, we did have people ask, how do you donate? How do you get your reading prioritized? So you can use the super chat down below, or you can donate via Venmo or PayPal if you prefer that. And we already have a donation from Kay. So thank you, Kay, for that. So you will be up first once I get started here. And then the free readings I do in order in the chat. So as you, make your comment for a general reading or a specific question, whatever you'd like, you just put it in there. And then I'm like, um, I just go down in order, and then unless there's a donation, I step out, do that one, then I step back in and continue going down in order. So that's how it works. So all done. Let's get started on readings here. And let me just minimize this a little bit so I can actually see. Whoop, come on. There it goes. Okay. Just make this bigger so I can see. All right. So we are set to go. And Kay, so you, and there's not a certain amount to donate. I know everyone has different income levels at different times in their life, and $1 to one person can be like $1 million to someone else, and vice versa, depending on what you have going on in your life. So I honor whatever donation you feel is you're able to give in the moment. So, great question, Kay. Thank you for that. All right. So, your question, Kay, was what does spirit want you to see clearly today? So, I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams to start off, and let's see what we got going on here. Hope everyone is well in this moment. I forget who told it to me once. They go, "How you doing? I hope you're doing well. And if you're not, it's your own dang fault." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you have choice. You get to choose." I'm like, "Oh, okay." That was before I really understood the concept of we get to choose what we feel in each moment, and we get to choose what story we apply to anything in each moment. So at first I was a little offended, but now I understand the wisdom behind it. All right. So let's take a look here, Kay. What does Spirit want you to see clearly today? All right. Let me see what these others are here. Okay. All right. I see. I see. So you start off here with this Palace of Swords. Palaces are unique to this deck, which is basically you can see the giant Ace of Swords here is the foundation of this palace, which is a palace in these cards. I look at them as a safe place to express or develop whatever the card is about. In this case, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your expectations. And so this is a safe place for you to question your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about life. It could be relationships, it can be job, it could be education, it can be, body possession, whatever in our outside life, because we do get so many small t truths, all these opinions that were given all our life, the supposed to, the should, the need to, the have to, the musts. And uh, this is a wonderful place for you to really question connecting to these capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love of above allows you to slice away the small t truths. And it really comes through with the strength card here too, because there's a beautiful story that spirit gives me around the strength card, which this is your human and this is your higher self. Your human's not aware of your higher self in the beginning, so it feels like it's experiencing life all on its own. It comes down to this life hungry and thirsty and told, look out there for what will make you feel whole and complete, right? Those small t truths are telling us relationships are supposed to make you feel whole and complete. You need to have this job and this education, and you need to supposed to have this type of body, this type of bank account, these types of possessions, blah 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 blah. We get them all our life, right? And they continue to come at us through advertisements and movies and opinions all the time. We're inundated by opinion every second of the day, it feels like. Well, the tiger in this case, it's usually a lion, but in this one they have a tiger, goes out, eats and drinks of all those things, and it does not feel fulfilled. It feels even more hungry, even more thirsty. It becomes very hangry, hungry, angry. It roars. It's desperate because nothing is making it feel full. So our beautiful higher self is always aware of our human self, and so it makes itself known to the tiger, and because eventually the tiger turns inward and upward because it feels it has nowhere else to go, and that's when we become aware of our higher self, our spiritual self, and our higher self. A lot of spirituality will teach us we got to destroy our ego. No, our higher self doesn't come down and kill the tiger or cage it to keep people safe from it or try to manipulate it with a whip and a chair like they do in the circuses and all that, because our higher self knows that what our human self really is searching after is the unconditional love of the higher realms, right? Higher truths rooted in unconditional love. And so, it comes down and it gives us hugs the tiger and gives it all the love it's been searching for, and it transforms from this hangry, roaring tiger into a purring little tiger cub sitting in the hands or the lap of our higher self, feeling protected and full and loved and not thirsty. And it experiences the love that it hasn't been able to experience before. So I really like this. This is what spirit is having you do. It's really drawing you into this hermit stage for a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to be a complete hermit, but they're drawing you inward to connect to this beautiful bright light, which is your higher self, your spiritual posse from the upper realms. And it allows you to connect. And then spirit guides you on your beautiful path here. And you can kind of see that your hermit transforms into this magician. And the magician, sorry for the glare here. Um, yeah, really, a lot of glare. So, but it's a very, very bright um, power that you have. Holding the Ace of Wands, you learn that you get to guide your energy, and whatever you focus on is what expands in your life. So if you're focusing on those fears and those small t truths of what we don't want in our life, or we feel we're missing in our life, or we, you know, like I said, we have fears around life. When we focus on those, they go bigger because of our power. But when you start to focus on what you're grateful for, you start focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and what you do want in your life, that expands instead. So I love all this as it unfolds for you, because then you have the ace and the page of coins. Both of these cards represent new beginnings, new opportunities that come into your life in the outside world. The of coins, ace of pentacles, is also about you seeing yourself, your worth, in a totally uplifting and different way than you have ever in your life. So that is what they would like you to see clearly today, is your connection with the higher realms, the power that you can hold, and this inner journey that they're having you focus on for a little bit, because it's going to free you from so many of those, the fears, and really allow you to see where you can invest your energy. So that is what they have for you, Kay. So many, many blessings to you. All right, let me take a look here. I think I have another donation that came in here. All right, thank you so much. And let me see here. And sometimes the name on the donation through PayPal is not the same as your. Okay, thank you, Sia Shanta. I was like, the name sounds familiar in the PayPal, but thank you. So, Sia Shanta, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. And Kay, thank you so much for your donation. I do honor the energy exchange, so thank you. Um, all right. I know, right? It's like you gotta help Brother Zen out sometimes. I'm not the intelligent one in the relationship here, creator and spirit. They sometimes make me seem intelligent. I would say, "No, it's not me." All right, so destiny's intentions towards you. All right. And I'm assuming destiny is the name of a person, not like destinies. Wow. All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit has to say. I'm glad you guys have a sense of humor. You gotta these days, right? You just gotta. All right. It's interesting. Excuse me. I mean, you got the strength card coming in here, and I feel like, and it's just, I really feel your energy. Just, you're like a giant bonfire that draws all these moths to you. um, because you have the strength card and then you have the palace of swords and the palace of wands, and so all this strength, they see you as this strong person, and they see you as this place of safety where they can express themselves and their passions too. And I just feel like it's just you carry your energy so strongly and just so solid that they're just like, it's individuals who don't have a lot of confidence in themselves see the confidence that you have, and it's not arrogance. You're not arrogant, definitely not at all. There's a big difference. Confidence is you know who you are. Arrogance is you think you're better than everyone else, and we border on it. Just takes a little nudge to take us into arrogance. But confidence is like, I know who I am. I know what my skills and abilities are. I know what I have to offer. I know what I want in my life, and so this comes across very strong. And so individuals that don't have that don't have the it's like they don't have the confidence to pursue the confidence within themselves. It's kind of like a catch 22 for them. They're like, "Oh, look, I can get confidence from them." And it's like, "Uh-oh." And that's what I feel. Because you have the chariot card here, which definitely has this, it's movement. And that's what I really feel strongly with this is their intentions are action and energy. And again, Knight of Cups, action and movement, emotion, romantically, um, and maybe not so much romantically as it is they're wanting love and they see that love in you too. And they're like, I want it. And it's just like, leave her alone, everybody. Find it in yourself. But you have the Six of Swords, which I like this because, again, more movement. So, Knight of Cups, Chariot, and Swords, they're wanting movement. They're wanting, but it is movement of old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. And this is something that you can do for them. All this other stuff is what they are. I wouldn't say they're unwilling to try to find all that stuff in themselves, but they just don't know how. And so they feel lost and they see you and they're like, "Oh, there's a bright light. Let me just go to that." Excuse me. And I feel like you an information desk. Come to me and I will help you and guide you on how you can find this stuff within yourself. But I feel like you get the short end of the stick in a lot of these individuals that the moths that come to you. It's like, what can moths do for a flame besides fall into them and become, little pieces of wood that help the flame continue, but you don't need it. Um, so that's what I'm really picking up here. I'm so sorry. Sorry, the frog did not want to leave. There we go. So that's what I feel like Destiny's intentions. And I don't feel like they're conscious intentions though. I feel like they're just like a moth sees light and goes, "Oh, it's beautiful. I want to go toward it." And that's what's happening is they're just drawn to you. But subconsciously, it's the strength, it's the brightness, it's the, everything that they're trying to find for themselves. They see in you. And you're like, well, I can be a teacher, I can help them learn as you have learned. And I feel like maybe that's a big purpose of your life is what they're showing me from Twilight, when Edward and when Edward took Bella up to the mountains when they first met, when she found out he was a vampire. Not that you're a vampire, but this is just the scenario they're showing me that, he showed his bright, sparkly skin and he was like, I'm designed to attract people to me. And I feel like that's what a part of your energy does is it draws people to you, but then, you know, you can help them in their path. But and I know it can be lonely at times when we're like, I just want an equal. I want someone who will has something that I can learn and we can give to each other instead of it being you give 90% and get 10%. So that's what I feel the spirit is letting you know around destiny's intention. And that is your destiny in a way as well, right? But that's what they have for you, Siyoshanta. So I know, I know. We'll do a love reading for you one day and go, okay, when is this beautiful equal um, you know, individual that will, come your way? Uh, so I'm sure there's it just takes time for someone at that can balance with you to make their way to you, obviously, right? You're just like, I know. But that's what they have, Sio Shanta. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciated. Yeah. You're like, all right. So I know you get it. So hang in there, be that beautiful. The fire doesn't dim itself to keep the moths away. It just is like, all right, come on. I know this is how it works. So I love it. Many blessings to you. All right. And I think that is all the donations. Very good. And hello, everyone. I know I would love to say hello to everyone and get everyone. I will say hi to you as I read your name as I go down. But a big hello to all of you again. Thank you so much for being here. All the thumbs up, all your comments. It warms my heart. And thank you for being a part of our soul family here. All right. So we'll start down the free readings. Himalayas, you are up first, or Himalayas. I like adding my own twist everyone's name. So my apologies in advance. So hello, may you know you how compatible are you in your person? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what spirit would like you to know. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, I do like this. So it's interesting because these, in a way, are so similar. The King of Cups rules over water, but all the kings get air. So it's a balance between heart, like the heart is balanced with the mind. Well, the Queen of Swords is the opposite. She rules over air and mind, but all the queens are given water. So this mind is balanced with water. So it's like, you know, um, emotion balanced with mind and mind balanced with emotion. So compatibility, it's very interesting. Two people that we wouldn't think are similar, people might look at them and go, "What do you guys have in common?" And you guys would be like, you have no idea. You understand each other's opposite world that it's like people might see you like if you're a water sign and people might see you as emotional, but they don't understand the depths of your mind. And or you could be this can apply to either one. And someone is like, oh my gosh, they're like an air sign. you know Air signs are often seen as, oh, you're so mental, of your mind and thinking. You don't have emotions. Like, oh, I do. They're just kept down here. And so it's like the opposite. And you recognize that in each other and you like, I get it, I know how it is. And so there's this great compatibility that comes in there. I almost feel like you might be the air because the extra advice they give you has all to do with the swords here. Because they've got the Ace of Swords, which allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and see things in a different perspective. Allows you to cut away small t truths that would, keep you um, from stepping forward, especially with the Seven of Swords. This is you becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have stolen things from you in your life, like relationships and different opportunities and things along those lines. It would be like you fear, you know, your worth around something, and so you don't talk to someone because you're like, oh, they wouldn't think of me as someone that they would want to talk to. So you miss out an opportunity of a relationship, or um, you don't have confidence in yourself and your work and your job. And so you don't get promotions because there's other people who are less skilled than you. They're just confident in themselves, and it comes across. And so they get promoted. And so this is the type of things that you can work on while you're waiting for this person if you have not met them yet. That's what you can work on, is connecting to these higher truths, cutting away these fears, these small t truths, these opinions that have come up in your life, and you're ready for this. So I like it, but I love that the compatibility, the what seems compatible, but what I mean, people wouldn't see it as compatible. Someone who is has been seen as has a high emotion, someone who sees high in mind and intelligence, but might appear emotionless. They're like, "How do you guys get along?" And they're like, "Oh, you don't understand. You have great conversations in private about intellectual things and da 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 da." And then also express each other, very emotionally in private too. But though publicly you might take on that, what people see is the persona, not the real relationship that's going on. So that is what they have for you, Himalayas. So many blessings to you. Just double check here. Okay. And all right. So we will continue going down with the free readings. And Queen Bee, you will be up next. Many blessings to you, Himalaya. Sorry. I just zip off. All right, Queen Bee. You want to know about your future spouse, their personality, economic status, your compatibility with them? Please, please. Let's see what Spirit has to say. I would give you all information, but of course, Spirit will only give you what is for your highest experience right now without spoiling the surprises, right? All right. Okay. So, looking overall, I'm so sorry. I know in my morning sessions, sometimes my froggy throat, and I apologize, you have to hear that. All right. So I do like this about their personality because they're very fiery. You've got the Ace of Wands and you got the Queen of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, they really understand that their power, wherever they invest, their energy is what grows and expands. And they understand the power that they wield. They also have a good gut instinct about life. And it has helped them be successful. It's helped them um, be able to move forward fast in things because not only do they have the drive and the ambition, but they have this connection with spirit. So they're like, should I go left or right? And spirit goes right, and they go right. And people are like, how are you making these decisions so fast that turn out so well? And he's like, I know things, and because they know things and they have this connection. So they move fast and they're able to move faster, farther, farther, faster because of that. So I like that. It impacts every area of their life. And um, I feel like I don't know why this is the compatibility, but we'll roll with it because they're telling me. And the compatibility, okay, I see. So the Five of Swords is about conflict of thought and belief and mindset. And the compatibility that comes in here really has to do with your both of your abilities to see things from people's perspective. I feel like you guys had a lot of conflict of thoughts and interests throughout your life that has caused you to really take a step back and see things from a fresh perspective. You kind of look at, I almost feel like you guys have this, both have a thirst for knowledge and learning things, because that full card feels like you look at someone else's opinion or information as an opportunity to learn. And it's not necessarily, necessarily you don't take on other people's opinions, but you're interested in to find out why people think a certain way, blah blah blah. And so you don't, in the beginning, you used to feel you had to defend your way, but then this curiosity of life and like knowledge, it's like you got, both of you are constantly learning and wanting to learn. And so you don't take offense easily anymore as you did when you were younger. You learned very fast that it didn't do any good to try to get someone to take on your opinion, and you saw what a futile attempt is when people try to force you to take on their opinion. So I like that. You both have this wonderful thirst for knowledge, and then you don't get defensive with each other either, which is like very important, right? And then economic status, I feel for both of you, this is moving from a place of feeling abandoned, feeling left out in the cold, left behind, which is where they started out. And then they have come to this point of the Nine of Pentacles, where they learn to stand on their own and within themselves, even for their worth in the outside world. Here again is connection with spirit. So I feel like they have a very unique and beautiful relationship with the spirit world, and just it has allowed them to be in this solid place, but they don't depend on people on the outside to bring them what they need. They have become very self-sufficient with it all. So I like those instincts, those characteristics, and that is the information they have for you right now. So enough of a little snack on futureness. I love how they don't want to just tell us at all, because, well, how boring would it be? It's like you ordered them from a mail catalog and you're like, oh, I already know all about them. Here we are. It's the experience of exploring yourself, exploring others, and relationship that is really, really, really awesome. Right? It's like, I know it would be great to know everything, but we did that before, I feel, in another iteration of our human existence. We came down here with full knowledge of how things would unfold. And it was interesting. I think it was like our first time. We're coming down here as powerful beings, and we're like, all right. So it's like walking around a house. You already had the full plan of the house and pictures and everything else. And you're like, yeah, so this is it. All right. What are we going to do next? And then we started coming down here the second with half, kind of half shielded. We didn't like want to see our futures, but we understood so many things. And then this iteration of humanity, we really came through heavily veiled in the beginning to get a pure experience of this fear amusement park that we come in. But that's for everyone. So I love our journey here. All right. So, all right, perfect. So we will continue going down the free readings. And Holly, you are up next. So, will you be madly in love or just friendship? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. Or both. Can both be an option? A, B, or C, which is both A and B. Let's see here. You know, So they have you with the Hanged Man here, which is all about patience as your life unfolds. And I know we love to get that, especially when we ask relationships, right? Arr, grr. But you've got all this thinking that's going on here. I mean, you got the Five of Swords, which is like changing of conflict of thinking. And you got the Four of Swords, which is about peace of mind, as you're sleeping on the Ace of Swords and letting expectations go, which helps avoid conflict. Then you have the Page of Swords, which is new communication, new knowledge, moving upward. And so there's all this thinking, all this mindsets that are going on here, um, that I feel like they're saying, like, well, we're not gonna. They're pleading the fifth on this one and not incriminating themselves because they're like, you're in this cocoon, and your focus that they're wanting you to look at is your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets about what a relationship should be, what who are you supposed to be within a relationship, who is someone else supposed to be in a relationship, because there's these conflicting thoughts that are going on, and they're wanting you to really connect higher to these new ways of thinking around a relationship. And that's funny because that's what I kind of almost alluded to unknowingly with the, well, we're either going to be madly in love or just friends. We can't be both. Or can you? And so I feel like they're having you pause, like your love life is on pause. And as you look into your thoughts and your beliefs and your expectations, because if we have a bunch of expectations, which if we're human, and we haven't done removal of a lot of these expectations, we have a ton of them that have been poured onto us our entire life. So they started off here, and our eyesight as children, like, look at all the possibilities, look at everything. Oh my God, oh, what's happening? And it's like, okay, we live a life so it has to be this way. We miss out on all this stuff because the blinds have appeared. And I feel like right now they're wanting you to focus on expanding the blinds because it brings in new information and new opportunities that come in. And they're like, right now, um, they're they said they're pleading the fifth. They're like, this is what we want you to focus on. You're like, oh, you guys. So your spirit team is very sassy, which you probably already know. And that's what they're wanting you to look at right now, Holly. So, there's a possibility that it can be both, but not to limit the possibilities. So that's what they have for you, Holly. I know. I'm just the messenger. And I've gone through that before. They did the same thing to me, answering questions with questions and having me, giving me something else. And I'm like, but that's not my question. They're like, trust me, this is what we want to focus on. You'll understand later. And they're like, trust us. And I'm like, so they develop trust. I would trust them because they do know a heck of a lot. So that's what they have for you, Holly. Many blessings for you. All right. You are very welcome, Himalayas. All right. So we'll continue moving down the free readings. Let me just take a quick drink here. And Rishi, you are up. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know is coming for you in the future. Well, so you've got Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities that are going to be opening up in your very near future. And I mean, you got this abundance coming in and the self sufficiency coming in. So this new opportunity that's coming is going to be pretty life changing for you. I feel like it's going to give you the opportunity to get out of, um, it's not dependency, but it's like you're able to move out on your own. You're able to get away from things. You're able to, it's like you're getting a job or a promotion or some sort of financial benefits that you're able to start this new life and really head off in this direction because you've got the chariot card, which is all about the um, victory and abundance and movement and power of choice. But I feel like in this case, it's not so much power of choice as that you just have this ability that comes in that's so victorious, and also the page of wands, really standing in your power and movement, fire. So I feel like something very soon just comes across your lap where it's either like a job or like I feel like it's something that allows you to have a steady, large stream of income in comparison, at least, and you're able to go and have a life have a life that's independent and away from a lot of uh, the current situations that you're in. It just feels so free and so self-sufficient, yeah. And I it's abundance, and I really like that for you. So there we go. Let's see when that happens. I really am excited for that for you. So that's what they have for you. Many, many blessings for you, Rishi. All right. So, Skyfalls, you'll be the next free reading that's coming up here. You're welcome, Holly. All right. So, Skyfalls, you are up next. And will good things come to you this weekend? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. All right. So I know I shouldn't giggle when I see cards, but I can't help it. They just are. It's just fun, good stuff. Um, so you have the King of Swords, which is very mental. It's very you have a lot of thinking. You're in your head a lot this weekend, and with the Two of Swords, it's this little nudge for you to when you're making decisions this weekend, let your heart have a say so. Close your eyes and open your heart. Allow yourself to your heart and your passion to express itself this weekend because you have the magician. So I almost feel like it's like this, it's like a decision, mind, 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 or passion, passion, passion. And it's like they're like bring both into the picture. Yeah, don't do stupid stuff, but also let your heart express itself too. A wonderful balance between the two. And it opens up a wonderful opportunity for you this weekend. So I like that for you, but they are saying remember your power and your passion and your heart, but yeah, it's good to keep, you know, the knowledge, but don't let this like suppress this and snuff out the flame. Allow yourself an adventure this weekend, balanced, right? So I like it. It does have a wonderful uh, adventurous type of feel to it. So I like it. Adventure. And that's what they have for you, Skyfall. So many, many blessings to you. You are welcome. All right. So let's continue. MB, you are up. You're 20 now. Congratulations. Out of those teenage years, right? Woohoo. Now the adventure begins. You're like, oh, if I'd have known now, if I know then what I know now, to stayed in school as long as I possibly could. I'm just kidding. So you are pursuing your BSc, which is okay, 4 years. You decided to go medical. All right. And you want to become Miss World at 24. So, which path will make your journey to become Miss World easy? Okay, let's take a look here. See what they have. So, tell us here what advice you have. Okay. Okay. And what else? So you do have the Page of Swords is could be looked at as education and knowledge because swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, etc. And the Magician card shows your energy and your power. And I really feel like it's like which would make your path the, easiest and smoothest is like they're saying it doesn't matter. You can pursue your education. You've got the energy and the passion to make your dreams come true. The Magician, they have they've got the cup and the sword and the pentacle and the wands. They have everything they need to make their dreams come true. And they're just like, it's all within you. You you have it. You don't have to worry. The only thing that they tell you that holds you back is you hold yourself back with your not realizing you hold the power in your hands. And there's so much that you can achieve, so much that you can do that this is what confuses, is that you realize the ability that you have to do so much, and it's just a matter of figuring out what is your dream, what do you want to have happen. And they're like, it's like walking a little kid going into a candy store and you're just like, oh my gosh, they just, like, are frozen looking at it all because 'cause they're like, I'm just overwhelmed, there's so much that I could eat," right? I go, "Where do I go first?" I don't know, and that's what I feel is going on, but you have the power, you have the energy, nothing can hold you back except for you, and I like these 2 cards coming in here because this is the nostalgia or the memory card, and this is the Sun, which is the most one of the most, if not the most victorious, bright, successful cards. And I feel like this is saying whatever your childhood dreams, whatever your dreams are, is possible. Go back to feeling like nothing is impossible. All your dreams can come true because they can. And look, you even have the sun in both corners here. So they're like, allow yourself to shine and be bright. The sun does not ask permission to shine. They just do. They go after everything that they feel that they want to, and they're able to make it happen. They don't ask permission. They don't dim their light. They just are like, "This is my dream, and I'm going to do it." And they say you have everything within your heart to do it. So do the medical studies. Um, you're able to balance it all. You're able to make it happen. And if it's like, well, I don't see how I could do it because if I'm in my, you know, um, fourth year or third year of medical, when that comes up, how is that going to do and da da da? It'll work out. You'll make it work out. You'll make deals with your professors, or it'll happen to be in the middle of semesters. There will be something that will unfold where like the dean of the school or whatever, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you're going for, Miss World? Yes, we support you. Go, we'll make it work." Whatever happens, I just feel like it's like you are the only one that can hold yourself back. So, I like it for you. They're like your career guidance, go for your dreams. That's what they're saying. Go for it. You have everything you need. Don't the only person that can hold you back is you. You have the abilities. So very, very clear there, MB. So very excited for you. So follow your heart, not your fears. And you will never, never go wrong. So I like it. All right. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Just making sure that email coming in was not a donation. So we'll continue moving down the list. And so, Monica, you are the next free reading, and you'd like a general reading. So let's take a look and see what spirit would like you to know. Again, thank you guys so much for being here and for all the thumbs up and all the love. You just make this such a joy, such a joy. And your thirst for connection to spirit and uh, the trust you put in them bringing messages, and especially trusting me bring you through the messages. All right, let's take a look here. What we got going on? Excuse me. All right. So, excuse me, you do have this balancing coming in here in the outside world. So there's this, you know, uh, I feel like maybe your life has been kind of teetering going one way and then teetering going another. And this is a message that things are balancing out for you. And you got the Page of Coins, which is new opportunities that are opening up here in the very near future that have been taking a while to get here. You might have been feeling like you're like been waiting, watching the grass grow, and you're just like, oh my God, is it ever going to happen? So this is them saying you've been patient, but this new opportunity will be coming in very soon now for you. So the waiting period is over because you've got Eight of Wands, huge, huge amount of energy and movement, fire that's coming in fast and furious. So this new opportunity is coming in very, very fast for you. And it's victory, it's success, it's recognition. So you definitely have been patient and waiting for things to unfold. And you'll know what this is, whether it's relationship or job or a move of some kind, whatever it may be, whatever's been like this thing that you just been waiting for and waiting for and waiting for. It's going to be very obvious because it's going to be that thing. That's what's opening up for you here very, very soon and very, very fast. So buckle up, Buttercup. It's about to unfold for you. It's almost like a fruit tree. The Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So you've been watching the tree grow, and there's the branches, and there's the leaves, and then you saw, look, beautiful blossoms. Those are beautiful, and you're like, well, when is the fruit going to be there? And you look away for a moment, you look back, and you're like, is that a little apple bud? And it's like, and then within days, it just happens so fast in comparison for you. So I do like that for you, and that's what they have, Monica. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. So sorry. All right. So Sudeshna Ghosh, you are up. So when will SK unblock you in his next actions towards you? Or is he happy with someone else? Let's take a look. And see what's going on. Let me move the microphone a little further away there. So what's going on with SK in regards to Sudeshna? Okay. Yeah. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is endings and new beginnings that are fortunate for you. And I really feel like that they are out of your life. They were moved out of your life. It was fated to you experience what you experienced with them. But they served their purpose as the mirror that they were. And now they've been moved, and you are being moved into something that's more in alignment um, with you, because you've got what's coming forward for you is you've got excuse me, a divine counterpart here. You got King and Queen of Cups. So you've got someone who's more in alignment with who you are and you're more in alignment with who they are, such a different, more compatible relationship that is in the future for you, which they show the seven of coins. Like, excuse me, the for SK, this is like them moving on to something else. So that's the message there. But this also is for you, that you are in this holding pattern, um, for this other divine counterpart to come into your life. And while you're in this holding pattern, in this waiting period, as the wheel turns in your life, it's almost like a soap opera. As the sands through the hourglass, so are the days of your life. And I think it was called As the World Turns. I think it was an old soap opera. And it's like they're saying, as your world transforms, as the wheel turns, they're having you just work on transforming your thoughts and your mindsets and your beliefs. And you have this movement. Both of these are movement of mind and movement in communication. So as you really look at your expectations of what a relationship should be, what they should be, what you should be, all those shoulds and supposed tos and need tos and have tos and musts that were given to you, those fears of losing the conditional love of the outside world, as you connect higher and you pursue higher knowledge rooted in unconditional love from within and upward, this transforms. There's this movement that happens and this freedom that opens up as you change your vibration of your fears. And when we focus on like what is missing in our life, what we fear about things in our life, what happens in our life that we don't want to be there, we expand it and we grow it. But as we connect higher and higher knowledge and we see the bigger picture, we're like, oh, okay, so everything that happens for me. I can now focus on what I'm grateful for what was in my life or is in my life, what I do want in my life, focus on the higher things, unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, gratitude. Doing all that has that expand in our life instead. And so while you're in this waiting period, waiting for the your divine counterpart to arrive in your life, it's working on our own self-love, working on all that stuff that we've talked about, because that matches up. Because right now, if you guys are in different places and you're both developing, right now, you guys would miss one another if you don't. If you do what you always did and get what you always got, you guys, you're not on the same wavelength. But with, um, the movement up, and then you guys boom, you know. So when you're on that same vibration of your heart and your self-love, that's what draws you in, for to each other. So they will not. I don't feel like I don't feel like you. It doesn't matter if they unblock you or not, or their next actions, whether they're happy with someone else. It's spirit saying that was for what it was, and you have this bright future. They were moved out of your path so that you could move forward into this alignment that's more, about you and compatibility for you, than they were just more of a stepping stone to get you to where, you want to end up. So that's what they have for you, Sudeshna. So many blessings to you. I'm excited. All right. So, Suparna Das, you will be the next free reading coming up. Very good. I'm very glad, Monica. You're very welcome. All right. So, Suparna, when and how will you meet your life partner? All right. Let's take a look, see what we've got going on. And we are hitting the top of the hour. So, this is when I do my public service announcement, which is I do go in order, of the free readings. I go just down in order of chat, first come, first serve. And but donations do get priority. So if you want to move your reading up and prioritize it, I step out of line do those readings, and then go back in line and continue going down in order. I am usually on about 2.5 hours, so I bet having another hour and a half. And as long as my voice continues to stay here, we're good. But that's your public service announcement. So now back to the regular scheduled program. All right, Suparna. So let's talk about how and when you'll meet your life partner. A lot of times they skivvy away from the when, but we'll see what they have to say. All right. All right. Well, you have a lot of fire going on here. So this actually might happen sooner than later because the Ten of Wands is so much energy that's been invested in like finding a life partner that it's almost exhausting. It's like it becomes a burden. But then you have the Ace of Wands here. So this is tens are endings, aces are new beginnings. And so there is this ending and the new beginning of all this effort that you've been putting into um, finding love, finding that partner. That's like coming to an end, and you're having this new spark that comes in. So I kind of feel like this is meeting your life partner where it's like it's the end, the all the effort that you've been putting in. It's like, all right, let me let it go. And then boom, when you let go of all the emotional energy you're putting into it, it's like you surrender it and you allow the universe, the creator, whatever you believe your higher source is going, here you go. You are in control. Me trying to do it all is just exhausting. I've done enough. Now it's in your hands. And so I really feel like releasing it is an important thing because when you do that, then that's when things start to move. You have the Knight of Swords, which knights are about movement. Swords is about communication. In this case, it can be thoughts and beliefs, but I really feel it's movement of communication because you also have the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles, which is about movement in the outside world. Putting in the work, which obviously you've put a lot of work in here, but now it's time you let it all go. You let the work take care of itself, and then you move up in relationship. You move up in the outside world, and there's movement in the outside world. So I feel like the when here is when you release it to the universe to unfold, and um, the how. Excuse me. I really feel like with the Eight of Coins, it's study. And I feel like when you are studying something that you love or in study, which it can be anything. It could be a little class, it could be college, it could be some sort of training, it could even be spiritual study or something like whatever. I feel like it's with you studying something that's when you meet them, like library, or you're reading, having a coffee somewhere, reading something so intently. It's like it happens when you're studying something. And so I really like that. But yeah, so that's what they have for you right now, Suparna. So feels like it's sooner than later. So here we go. So that's what they have. The little tidbit that they give you right now. It's like they don't want to give you it all. It's like, here you go. That's just enough to keep you going. All right. Too funny. So many blessings to you, Suparna. All right. All right. Hey, Just Crimson. Welcome, welcome. And thank you for your donation. And did you already ask a question? If you haven't, just throw it down there. I'm just going to scroll up here. Okay. Thank you. So, should you contact them? Let's take a look. And thank you for your donation. I definitely honor the energy exchange here. Should you contact them? Oh, no, as I said earlier, it's a like 99 cents to one person, it could be $1 million to someone else, because we all have different incomes at different times in our life. So I honor it as if it's knowing that it is what you can afford at this moment. So yeah, don't worry about that at all. All right, let's take a look here. Of course, spirit doesn't have a should. They will just tell you like what information. If you contact them now, what the result would be, and you can be like, "Oh, okay, nope." I'm not going to contact him now, or yes, I'm going to contact him now. And it feels like right now that you are actually on a more of an inner journey, uh, because they've got the tree of life, which is unique to this deck. It's higher self went on this path to come down here to be human. Here is your higher self, and you're human. And then you have the hermit, which is about your inner journey and being to yourself. And so I kind of feel like they're saying that the most beneficial thing for you is to wait on the communication, because you do have the Knight of Coins, which is also the slowest moving knight, which is about slow movement and waiting for things. And you also have the Two Pentacles, which is the balancing card. And it's like, well, it's more balancing things out right now. Continue on your inner journey, reflecting, balancing your innards, because uh, communication right now, it would be out of balance. And I feel like, let's see what they say here. Yeah, because you got the Two of Cups and the Queen of Coins. So that's the love relationship. And this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And it's like right now, it's like nurturing yourself, because otherwise, if you reached out, it wouldn't be a nurturing experience. I feel like it would be, I feel like it would end up in defensiveness for some reason. And so it's like work on you, uh, continue to work on yourself, because obviously it feels like you have been, and a more balanced, uh, successful time will come in the future. But right now they're saying to focus in on you with all of that. Yeah. So the area has to do with codependency awareness, the tendency to overgive and almost like not allow them to give back. So that balancing with the Two of Pentacles is really understanding and diving deep into the understanding and the thoughts and beliefs you have around, are you able to give? Do you overgive? Like your um, exchange rate is, I have to give 100 of something to someone to deserve one back. They're like working on balancing that out, especially that Two of Pentacles. It makes sense now, even more so with balancing out your belief around what you're able to receive in relation to how much you give. 50-50, not 100 to 1,000. Like you have to give 1,000 in order to feel like you deserve to get something back. So if you contacted them, it would fall. I feel like the cement has not dried in this change of your worth, and it would fall back into the, you know, I'll do this and this and this for you if you'll just give me a crumb. It's like, no. So that's what they have for you. Hey, Uma Nagda, I do see your questions coming through, and if you please don't spam. If it sometimes I know on your end it doesn't show that it's coming through, but I do see that, so you don't need to repeat it. I will get down to you eventually. So thank you for your questions. I will get to that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Crimson, right now is wait on that contact and, move into continue on that inner journey. A more appropriate time that'll be more successful for you will come up in the future. So that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. Again, thank you so much for your donation. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here for the free readings. And Anya, you are the next one. And should you stay or move on from your current crush? Let's take a look here. See what Spirit has for you. All right, let's see what we got here. Excuse me. Let me see clarification on that here. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, what's the clarification? Boom. So this is the tower is what's been moved out of your life has been moved out on purpose for a purpose. And it's clearing the route, it's clearing the passageway for you to move forward, and also to allow you to make space for the things to come into your life. You have the Five of Swords, which is about conflicting thought and belief and mindset, and really understanding what it is that you want in like a commitment in a relationship. Because you've got the Four of Wands is like the marriage card, and I feel like with these, it is telling you, you know, question and look at what are your fears around commitment and around marriage and relationship, because there are the fears versus the truth, that's deep inside. And they're like, during this period of time with this, they were in your life on purpose for a purpose, but now it's they were moved on, but it's still they were a mirror trying to show you what your fears were about a relationship. And when we do what we always did, we get what we always got. And it's like your soul and spirit are just saying, okay, so let's hold on a sec before we move on to the next. Look at this. And then we're going to change the vibration. And then we're going to draw someone new, a different type of person in, because this one, you've learned what you needed from that. You have the Six of Cups, which is about nostalgia. Sometimes it's about someone from your past coming into your picture here in the future, not this current crush, but it's like someone from your past you're going to come across paths again, um, which brings you more of an abundance in the outside world than it would have been with the current crush. So I really feel like there is someone that comes back across, and it I don't feel like it's necessarily like your life partner that you're meeting, but it's like it helps you move on, but it helps you look at things from a different perspective as well. So definitely move on from the current crush with that Tower card. But before you step into kind of when you're in this in between period, really look at what you learned from that experience about yourself, about others in a relationship, and what you feel about relationships in general, because it is designed for you to move up another level on relationship staircase, as you're learning more about yourself and what you really want in a life partner. So that's what they have for you, Anya. So many blessings for you. Hang in there. I know. All right. So continue moving on down the list. And so Aditi, hello, hello. Hey, Sarah. Hello. And Michelle. Looks like you are the next question that's up. So Michelle Lizio. Good morning. And you're wondering if anything that Spirit wants you to know. Absolutely. I do want to jump over here to the Ask Your Guides Oracle. Let's see what they have for you here. All Michelle. All right. You do have community and message from your spiritual ancestors. So I like that. And that is card number 3. Let's see what they have for you. So your spiritual ancestors are gathering around you at this time, holding you in their light and connecting you with your spiritual family here on earth. Your soul is now seeking the kind of love and support that comes from being part of the right community, your people, so to speak. Not wanting you to feel isolated in any way, your ancestors hear your soul call and are presently guiding you toward kindred spirits. Understand and realize that you can't achieve your goals alone, so be open to support. You need the soul energizing support of your tribe. Give up any notions you have on going it alone in life and develop the insight and wisdom to recognize your limitations. After all, even Christ picked 12 associates to help him accomplish his mission on earth. So follow your ancestors' directions. It is they who encourage you to join a club, enroll in a course, or sign up for the neighborhood basketball team. You never know whom you'll meet. Your ancestors' message to you: open your heart and feel our presence in your life and be open to your spiritual family on earth. I like it. So you definitely are being drawn and nudged by your ancestors to join this community in somehow, some way. So if you're like being drawn to join a cooking class or, the basketball team or whatever it might be, know that that's a nudge from your ancestors and they see the whole big picture. So trust that nudge, open up to them, and then open up to a spiritual community of some sort. And it, like you said, cooking, you're like, cooking class, I could have a spiritual community. Well, spirituality is expressed in different ways. um, Love is what the core of spirituality is. And so if there's this loving group of people that love to cook, it's like you join that and you're able to express your love in a unique way. So I like it for you, Michelle. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. Uma, you are way down on the list, so it'll be a while before I get to you, if I'm able to get to you in this next hour and 50 minutes or so. If you do want me to make sure I get to your reading, if you make a donation, I do prioritize it. So it will be a while, though, because you are pretty far down the list. I do go in order. So thank you for your question. All right. So Aditi, you are up next. And does Amar still love and miss you? You haven't had any contact. Let's take a look here. What is going on with Amar? It seems here that he has like a new passion in his life. He's really focusing in on it too. Excuse me. I don't. It doesn't. I mean, I don't have cups. Any other cups, or that it has to do like with another person necessarily, because you got the faith card, which is the Hierophant, which is really looking into their truth. What are they wanting for their life? They're really trying to understand themselves. And the Judgment card is also like this pull from their higher self. Double endings, double new beginnings in their life. Just, I feel like they are trying to understand what they want in life, where they want to direct their passion and their energy. And I feel like they have found something. Um, Let's take a look here and see if they'll let you know. Yeah, a lot of fire, a lot of burden that they have in their life with their energy. So let me see here. Is it work or is it person or is it any of our business? Like, yeah. So it's all this fire. They're the palaces are unique to this deck, and it's about them trying to create a safe environment for where they could express their passions of their life. And so I feel like they're so withdrawn in, just trying to understand what they want to do. They have so much energy, so much that they want to do in their life, and they're just trying to understand it all. I feel like I mean, I didn't get any of the cups energy coming in there. Yeah, and here and more fire. So they got more of this change of their passions and everything in their life that's going on. Um, so I feel like they, quite honestly, I feel like they are focusing their energy on their life, not particular individuals. And I don't know if they've really decided exactly what they want yet, but I feel like they're not uh, focusing that energy towards you. And I was going to say at this time, but I kind of feel like they're just trying to find out where they want to express their passion. Yeah. Yeah. So they're in indecision mode in their life, but they are looking at new opportunities, you know. So I don't feel like you should hold on to hope that they will return. I feel like they, with all this wand energy, all this fire, I almost feel like they're a fire sign where they are a forest fire. They burn and move forward. They never go back. It's just they're forward, 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 forward. Um, so I feel like they're not going to circle back around. If the contact is gone, I feel like they are gone, and it's good. It's good for you. You know, just know that whatever, people don't leave our lives. People are moved out of our lives. People are moved out of our path. And I feel like with all this fire, they would end up burning up things in your life. And you're like, okay, so thank the universe for removing the fire out of your life so that you can move forward in a direction that's more in alignment with you, that's more fulfilling for what you want to be in life and where you want to head. So um, considered a blessing. There's an old country song here in the United States. It was, I thank God for unanswered prayers, which is the story in this country song is that they were in love with someone and they wanted to be with them, but they chose someone else. And then they bump into him years later and they're like, that would be me with that situation. So thank God for unanswered prayers. And that's what I hear playing in my head for you. So it's like, okay, thank you for the blessings. I will trust that you moved this thing out of my life that would not be for my highest good. And I'm moving in a new direction. So hang in there, DT. So many, many blessings. All right. And Kay, we took care of yours already. So we will continue moving down the list. And so, Sarah, you are up next for the next free reading, and Will M. and you get married. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. So tell us about Sarah and Will. I'm sorry, M, not Will. They knew what I meant. All right. And any clarification on that? Okay. All right. Well, I do like the Two of Cups coming in here for you because this does, of course, talk about relationship and love between two individuals. There is the Magician card, which shows the power that comes in here. Let me see here if I can get it to be a little less bright. There we go. And so this is like everything is in place within your relationship. The possibility is definitely there. The energy is definitely there that can move it forward. And with the Four of Cups, it really is this, here's the three cups. These are the cups of the outside world and the relationships and stuff we've had before. And here's new love being offered. So I really feel like with all three of these, this is a beautiful nudge toward that. The I know the but no, there's no but. This is just that the 7 of coins is that it does take time to unfold. Last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. So you're going through the growth process. The little seedling has to break out of the little shell and make its way to above the ground, and then it becomes a trunk and gets big enough to form branches, and then the branches end up having leaves in the proper season that then get blossoms, and then the fruit happens. It's like, whew, it takes time for that to happen. And during that unfolding process, we have our blessed 6 of coins that loves to come up in relationships, which has to do with codependency awareness. And while this is unfolding, while the relationship grows, the growing season, Spirit wants you to really look at your tendency to overgive in relationship. And it has to do with your younger years where you develop this exchange rate that's out of balance. Like you had to do great amount of things to get attention from parents or grandparents or friends or teachers or coaches, whatever it was, wherein you were younger. Usually 7 years and younger is when we develop our emotional um, human psyche body side of us. And so it's whatever was going on when you were younger, develop this. I have to give 100 of something in order to deserve one. I'm sorry, yeah, one back. So it's like I have to invest and give all this to get this little back. And the problem that develops with that in our lives is, we take it into schooling, we take it into jobs, we take it into relationships, and we all want to give one to another, especially in a relationship. But if we feel, if you are going to give me, like if you give me one, then I have to give you 100. So I'll accept one from you. Now, like if I want to give you 10, you're like, that means I have to give you 1,000. All right, I'll accept 10 from you, but I'm giving you 1,000. And they're like, on their end, like, oh, you're giving me 1,000 and I have to give you more. But if we're like, no, you can't give to me because I can't afford to give you that much back because of this mindset, this heart belief. Well, if we won't allow them to give to us, then what happens? They will give to their work, become workaholics. They'll go to the gym all the time to spend that energy on themselves or hanging around with friends or a hobby or other attention from other people, affairs, right? So that's why it's important for while this is developing to look at that so that this relationship can end up be more equal, and that you guys find that giving and receiving within your relationship instead of outside of it. So that's what they want you to know right now, Sarah. So I like the journey that you're on, and don't mean to instill any fear. It's just what Spirit wants you to know about. Okay, I work on this while this relationship is unfolding. And so I like the journey for you, though. So many blessings for you, Sarah. And hang in there. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. All right. Hey, Mitchie Michael, you're so funny. Welcome, welcome. So, Brenda, you have the next free reading coming up. So let's take a look here. So you want to know your husband, in which spirit dimension is he? You mean heaven or hell? Just kidding. Haha. I actually have these gateway of light activations. Let's see what Spirit has here. I'm being drawn to these for you. Let's see what he has to say about what dimension that he's in. Almost they have these dragon cards that talk about dimensions, but they wanted to go to these, so that's how he rolls, right? Oh, not the ordinary. Let's go off in this direction. So what do you have to tell her? All right. Oh, oh wow. And this is the ancestral realm. Beautiful. And it talks about healing the lineage, boundaries, karmic release. So the ancestral realm, it says in every incarnation, we've been blessed to be part of a lineage that helps us live our life and embark on learning experiences. And for hundreds and even thousands of years, those who have walked the earth before us have prayed for a better life. We are an answer to those prayers. And even though they may no longer be on the physical plane, our ancestors are living through our choices and experiences. So he's also saying that part of your relationship, him marrying you and having your daughter, that this is was part of the healing of the ancestral, and that he's part of that ancestry now. He's in the ancestral realm, and that they are living through your choices and through your experiences as well as your daughters. It says none of our ancestors had it perfect. After all, they were human too. They made poor choices, they had mistaken views, and many of their intentions were honorable and many were not. All of this is held within the ancestral lineage as are many beliefs, ideas, and limitations that are outdated, fear based, and even harmful. All these karmic energies can hold us back, but when someone decides to walk the spiritual path, whether they realize it or not, their life becomes an answer to their ancestors' prayers. When this card comes to you, your life is an answer to a great ancestral call. Wow. I like that because it's really showing you how you are agreed with your husband to help break these ancestral things, both of your lines, and then through your daughter. And so this card initiates healing on all levels, but particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. This could be his or your line or both. Know that they need not be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond the challenging energies of the family lineage. If you are in a particularly challenging time or facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energy of your ancestors is with you now. They are here to hold a sacred and safe space so you can rest. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without full awareness and for any negative effects those are having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult or a relationship has been negatively impacted because of situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing is taking place at this time. The ointment for the wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting what happened as fine, but realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness and live from your own heart. Keep your boundaries strong, but be open to carving out a new path. I like it. Now I know why he chose that specific card for you. So that's what they have. And actually, just for everyone too, there was this beautiful message of forgiveness that came across, which I do want to read. And this is for you and for everyone. It says forgiveness is not only letting go of judgment, but also seeing through the illusion that we're separate from each other. We all belong to the same sea of unconditional love. We're all drops in the mighty sea of unconditional love. All wounds stem from this illusion that we're separate from one another and from source and all creation. And it said you don't need to forgive the action, just the person, so that you can be at peace. Look at the high price that you pay for being the vessel of anger. It doesn't mean what happened is okay, just that we are no longer willing to carry around pain in response to someone else's actions. And when we hold unforgiveness, which is really fear, in our hearts, we only punish ourselves after all. And angels can help us release unforgiveness if we ask for their assistance. So, a very powerful forgiveness message that's going on right now in our lives. So, that's what they have for you, Vrinda. So, many blessings to you. All right. So, Mitchy Michael, thank you for your donation. Welcome. No, free readings are still going on for about another hour, so we are good. But thank you for your donation, and we will honor your donation. So let's take a look here. Already resonating immediately, right? So, any changes in your reading from yesterday? Is Zay going to end up committing to you? And are you going to, let's see, committing to? Oh, okay. Are you going to be committed, like to, and I know, right? You're right. So thanks, because I think I'm a little sleepy too. um, so is he going to commit to you? And then if he does, are you going to commit to him? Or you're going to be committed like to a little funny farm with a little straitjacket, right? Let's take a look here. So is he going to commit to you? Wow. Let's get some clarification here. And just one more here. So they are being a little vague. I'm just trying to get some clarification here for you. I'm like, well, that can be this or that. So what are you saying this is all about here? Okay. Now they're just being mean to me. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So I know, right? Why it's your guides, right? It's your people. They're like, we're just gonna torture her for a little bit. Because you have the you have the Nine of Swords, which is nightmare and insomnia and a lot of fears that are going on here. And I feel like it's taking forever with Zay. Is he going to commit to you? I feel like they have this is like they have a lot of fears about committing, just so many. And it's not like you, it's just in general, right? So it's like and it's taking forever, and I just feel like right? You learned a lot last night. So it's like, I don't know, because when, I was like, "Alright, so does it end up? It's taking forever, does it end up?" But then you got this Page of Cups, which is new love, and I was like, "Okay, well, is that like a higher level of love within your relationship or a new love from the outside?" And then the Six of Cups comes up, which is someone from the past coming in, right? And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, um oh, that's funny. But I feel like this is someone from your past that comes into your life, because when I looked at when I said, "Well, can you give me clarification on that?" And they're like, "Sure, we'll give you clarification." And they're like, "Here's the balancing of the outside world, um, abundance in the outside world, new opportunities in the outside world." And then I'm realizing, oh, these are two choices that you have in the outside world that come up here. So all these coins are the outside. And I'm like, all right. So can you tell me a little more? And then that's when they just really were like, that Page of Coins with new opportunity in the outside world really made me think that, yeah, no, it's not like with them. It's you have a new the new whatever person this is from the past, and it doesn't necessarily need to be an ex, but it could. But I feel like it's someone that maybe you had a crush, or you guys liked each other, but you were with people at the time, and you were single, and then they were with someone, and then they were single, but then you were with someone, and it's like you kept on not being in the right, um, you know, combination, on purpose, though. You have an idea ready. So it's like this, um, you guys needed to learn things, and before you end up, together, because there was some conflict that needed to be worked out, within each other to get you to that point, right? And and then this is what ends up coming here. So there's this, the Palace of Wands is a safe place to express your passions. Palace of Swords, a safe place to express your own thoughts and beliefs. And I feel like before, you guys wouldn't have been able to, because you were younger and you guys just had all this stuff. It was like so important for you to like be right. I am right. Um, but you've learned a lot. It's like you guys, the relationships that you've been in since then have been, uh, smoothing stones. If you know what those are, it's like to smooth down stones. They'll put, a certain stone in with other stones that take off the sharp edges and make it a smooth stone that just feels nice to the touch, instead of cutting your fingers and drawing blood. Yeah, pumice, there you go. So, yeah, exactly. So, I feel like who you're with now has just been a pumice stone. And, yeah, again, it's been taking forever on purpose for a purpose, but, I don't feel like they are ready to commit, but it's happening on purpose. It's because that's not who you're designed to ultimate be with. I don't know if you, did you see my pick a card around messages from soulmate, soul partner, twin flame? Because I kind of feel like your current one here is more of a soul mate that's like a stepping stone to the other. And here, I'll put this out here for everyone. I'll make it easy. Here's the pick a card here. So that, is what, helps get there. But there is messages, and it helps us get to a soul partner, which can be, you know, we have tons of different soulmates of friends, family, romantic, and we can end up with a soul partner, which could be romantic, or sometimes in our life we're like, I've had enough romance. It can end up being a family member or a best friend too. It doesn't have to be romantic, um, but that's the the pick a card so you can still check it out. It might even put you to sleep because my calming voice. But always on purpose for a purpose. So, but that's what they have for you, Mitchie. So that is what they would like you to know at this point regarding that relationship. So, so many blessings to you. You're like, all right, you're done. So that is what they have. So again, thank you so much for your donation and many, many blessings to you there, Mitchie. All right. So we'll go back in order for the free readings. And let me see, where did we leave off here? I think it was Vrinda. Yeah. So great courts. You are up next. So what is your life going to be like in 10 years? Is there anything you can tell me about this? Wow. Let's take a look. Let's see what spirit would like you to know. What's the 10-year plan? So we're going to jump 10 years into the future. Let's see, what does spirit want you to know about your life at 10 years? All right. Well, I do like this. There's no death card, so you're still alive. I'm just kidding. Uh, you have the Page of Wands and the Faith card. So I really like this. The Page of Wands is showing me that you still have this drive and this ambition, and this wonderful energy towards your the Hierophant in this case is your truth, your desire. You know, in 10 years from now, you still have this great passion about living your dream and about expressing your true self to the world. And I like it. Um, you you have the Page of Coins, which is showing that you still have new opportunities that open up in the world around you sharing that drive and that ambition, that passion with the world. And that, you know, there's always this, you know, you got these Libra going on here. There's always this wonderful balancing and experiencing of facing disappointments, and that you, when you're making decisions about things, you don't bring in your fears anymore. You really balance your heart and your mind, which is, you know, has to do with your truth. This is your true north, and you use this to make decisions in your life to balance things out. So whenever any imbalances try to come in around the fears of losing conditional love somehow, that you return back to that. You allow this fear to be like this indicator. Oh, there's something that I'm fearing. Let me look at it. Where, you know, earlier in our lives, we're like, ah, fear, alarm, alarm, and we go out of our minds. Now, fear is less, like you're in your truth more and in fear less, so that when fear arises, it's very loud and you can start to feel it, you know, bubble up from within. And you're just like, oh, okay, so what is this about? And you calmly look at it and you reflect on, what has this got to do with living my dream and living my truth? And so it's very beautiful. Like these next 10 years is this beautiful journey of fearing less and living your dream more, to where fear is um, very loud. Where, you know, in our lives, when we live in fear a lot, it's like living in a bar that has very loud music 24/7. When we hear loud music, it doesn't sound very loud because we're so used to this very, very loud noisiness of fear in the world. But when you spend more time in quiet, like out in nature, and you come in to that loud bar, as you get closer to the bar, you could hear it from a distance. You don't have to have it like blaring in your ears to go, oh, there's fear. You like, as you get closer to this bar, blocks away, you can hear the music. And as you get closer and closer, you're like, wow, this is loud. I think I can just listen to it from here. I don't have to go into that bar and have that blasting music, you recognize it much, much earlier, and you don't have to go into that environment. You can deal with the music from a distance instead of going in there. So I like that for you, Great Court. So beautiful projection into the future. So that's what they have. Many blessings for you. All right. So Sunita Jane, you'll be the next. Oh, actually, you'll be the next free reading. Oh, and I totally bypassed Alex. I'm so sorry. So thank you. uh, and I totally missed your other donation. So you have made two donations. And let me see here. Did you ask your question here? If you have not asked your question, you can just throw it down there on the bottom. I'm just scrolling up here to see if I see it. I don't think I see a question, Alex. Okay, future love. Thank you. Sometimes I don't trust my eyes either, though. So, all right. All right. So, future love. What would spirit like you to know about future love? Wow. Well, what the chances of the lovers card coming out, right? So I always love confirmation. They're like, yes, there will be. All right, but what about it? All right, let's see what we have that popped out here. So, of course, you got the Lover's card, and then what came out with it is the Empress card. So, you definitely have new love that is coming very soon for you with the Empress. It's new birth, it's harvest, and a little baby. Yeah, I don't know. So, if you don't want a baby, be careful. But there's this beautiful new birth coming here regarding love. So, I really, really like that. As always, and I like it. You have the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, so things are changing here very soon, in your favor. So I like all of this. Like it's like waiting is over. It's more sooner than later. Um, you know, you've got this. You also have passion coming in here, the Eight of Wands, which is beautiful, beautiful, passionate energy, fast moving coming in. So I like all that combination because, I feel like you've been waiting and you're like, when is it arriving, please? You've been patient in comparison, I think. But you have the Two of Swords. So as decisions are coming forward, it is this nudge to look at things from your heart. Let your heart, of course, be involved, and mind. It's the balancing of the heart and the mind as these come in. It's, that Libra energy, but it's trusting your emotions. Also, but it's this balancing. Don't go all in with the heart and don't go all in with the mind. It's like kind of go in with this beautiful balance between the two. Because you do have what you've been working on, I feel, and what is gonna be something to it's like it's gon not that it's gonna be a test, but what you've been learning on this is gonna be tested, and, it allows you to see what still areas can be transformed and what areas that you have transformed. So it's not like a test of a pass or fail. It's more of a test to go, okay, so this is what I can continue to work on as you move into this relationship. Because you had the Eight of Swords, which is thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, and these are those expectations, those beliefs you had around love in your relationship that have been keeping you feeling trapped and blinded and small, which you've been working on. And then the Five of Coins, which is the transformation of your worth in relation to the outside world, where before you might have felt abandoned, left behind, out in the cold, and the trust that you're building with Creator in the upper realms, that they're the ones that bring your sustenance in each moment. It's not a human. And so this restriction and these beliefs around humanity and your journey as the human here has really been transforming and changing. And so there is this wonderful um, movement of this, because the Eight of Swords is about awareness and ready to move up to a new level in your way of thinking about relationships and yourself. And the Five of Coins is the change and transformation too. So you've been really doing a lot of that. And it's coming here. The reward is arriving. It's you've been doing the work, you've been evaluating things within your own heart and your own mind and beliefs. And now here comes, I was going to say the test, but it's the testament, more so, of what you've done and where you've come from. And it means that, we talk about like when there's pauses happening in life, it's to give us opportunities to expand our self-love, because we can't love others more than we love ourselves, or receive love from others more than we love ourselves. So you've been working on that and expanding it. And the more we do that, the faster things move in the outside world, the higher energy that we're vibrating around our love draws us together to the next individual we're to interact with, right? And so because that's happening in that fire, and it feels like it's happening sooner than later, it's because you have been doing that and putting that effort in. So I like that for you, Alex. So exciting times. Keep an eye out. Here they come. So be aware of yourself. Just try to stay centered as you move into it, and reflective of whatever you're picking up from them is about you. And that's where the testament comes in. So absolutely. Thank you again so much for your donation. Sorry I missed the first one. I got all caught up in Mitchie's reading and then totally just went right by it. So thank you, for both your donations. Much appreciated. So thank you. And so that's what they have. Since you did two donations, did you have a follow-up question on that at all, or is that what you were looking for today? Take a quick drink here too. Oh, that's a good question. Let's take a look here. I don't believe so. The Magician is about like movement and fire, and a number one is new. So I don't feel it's a past person. It's someone new that's going to be coming in. So you're like, whoosh. In a way, right? You're like, well, this one person would be nice, but but no, yeah, it's not a past person. Great, thank you so much again. I appreciate your patience, and thank you for your energy. I love that. All right, so we'll continue moving down the free list, and we are at the top of another hour already. So this is when I do my public service announcement. Obviously, when you, like we were talking about here, when you make a donation, I do prioritize the reading. I do go down normally in order for the free readings, and there's a long list. I'm only going to be on for about 30 more minutes. So if you do want to make sure I get to your reading in this session, then a donation does help prioritize that, and I will make sure that it is conducted. And if you're not able to make a donation, I totally understand. I will be back. See, it's one, so in about 6 hours for my evening session. Also be back on tomorrow morning on Sunday, and then every night, I'm on. Just Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I'm also on in the mornings. And if you're need an answer right now and you're not able to make a donation, and you're way down the list, if you go to my main page, I have a bunch of playlists with recorded readings, pick a card readings around love and different things in life. I have weekly energy updates, monthly readings, portal readings, just a bunch of readings. And so if you follow your heart, Spirit will guide you to the readings that have the messages for you. So you can check those out. As I mentioned, um, I also have a giveaway playlist at the top of all those. If you go in there at the very top of the giveaway playlist, there's a weekly giveaway that I have for a 30-minute recorded personal reading. And it tells you how you can sign up for that. So that's also available. And I do give personal readings. There's a slight fee for that, but it is on a sliding scale. And all that information's down in the description box of this video as well. So I think that's everything. So that is your public service announcement. I'll go back to the free readings right now and continue to try to get as many as I can done within the next 30 minutes. All right. So Sunita Jain, we are to you and yours. What spirit wants you to know at this time? Let's take a look here. So, all right. So what does spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, I do show here right now you have the high priestess card, which is she's all about moving inward into her high temple and really evaluating things in her life. She looks behind the veil, connects to the higher realms, dives deep down into her emotions to understand herself. And you've got, the Nine of Swords, which is the nightmare and insomnia card. So if you've been having like a lot on your mind lately, which I can see here with the Five of Coins, that there's been this reflection of your worth in relation to the outside world and kind of maybe feeling left behind and out in the cold and let down by individuals of what they're able to give to you in the outside world. And the Nine of Swords, all these are thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that I call the small T truths that are rooted in fears of losing conditional love. So if this has been just in your face, it's because it has been this time, and Spirit has been bringing you back in here so that you could have this environment to really look at those things, to move and transform them, because they are showing that you are looking at leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you to move forward into wish fulfillment, which is the Nine of Cups after this. That's where this person is headed up all around to wish fulfillment. Um, and then you also have the Four of Cups. So both of these are cups, which are emotions, and you're looking at these other emotions that have let you down, uh, so that you could see this new higher love that's available to you, that you do find within and upward. But it also helps transform your outer world, allowing you to leave behind emotions that aren't they did serve you for a time for you to experience what you wanted to experience, but you're done doing what you always did and get what you always got. And that's why you're really drawn inward to look at these things to transform them. You have the Seven of Coins too, which does show that you've been patient with all this stuff unfolding, but also on the other side of coming out of the High Priestess temple, you do make changes in your life. You do make significant uh, alterations to your path, either in relationship, um, job, education, where you live, moving. You make significant changes when on the other side of discovering these things, releasing these emotions that no longer serve you. You make significant change too. So I do like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Sunita. So many blessings for you. All right. And Kay, we took care of yours already. So Kritika Saini, you are the next free reading. All right. And you'd like a general career and love life. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh. It looks like you've been on a little bit of a holding pattern, huh? because you had the Hermit card, which is being drawn into yourself and connecting to spirit, and they're guiding you on your path. And then you have the Hanged Man, which is basically like a caterpillar who's in a cocoon inward, doing inner reflection, transforming. And then you have the Knight of Coins, which is the slowest moving knight, meaning things are moving very slowly, the seasons of the outside world. So, all of this, I feel like your career and love life have just been on this huge pause as you've been working on your inner self and your beliefs about yourself and what you're worth, because it's impacting every area of your life. So you've been going through this major overhaul within and in your life, and it's making its way to the outside world. Well, you have the King of Wands, which the King of Wands is our drive, our passion, our energy. It's our spiritual energy, which the king is the highest spiritual energy that you can connect with and achieve, which is your higher self. So at first I was like, well, this means movement is coming. And they're like, nope, this is you connecting to your higher self. So as you're really understanding who you are and the power of who you are, this is really what's coming forward here. Oh my gosh. And then you have temperance, balance, which is all about patience, things taking time and unfolding. So I think maybe you've got all five or four, at least four of the major cards about patience and things are taking time to unfold. Um, you do have the Page of Swords, which is about really communicating, connecting to the higher realms, cutting away expectations and thoughts and beliefs out of your life that no longer serve you. So this has been a huge reflecting time of, why do I believe what I believe? Why do I have these fears around career and love and life in general? What are the things? Why do I have all these opinions that I'm afraid of letting people down? And you're really, I love this for you, because on the other end of it, you come out this beautiful butterfly out of that cocoon. You come out of this transformed and looking at new things. But you have the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and new birth. So it's the gestation period that you're going through here. And every card I'm pulling is just about Mother Nature, focus on you, transformation. Yes, you, taking time, it's unfolding, taking time for you, focus on you. So they're not going beyond that. In fact, even the bottom, you have Queen of Pentacles, which is like the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Nurture yourself. It's time for you. So I love the new birth that happens at all. They're all pointing you to that the caterpillar, it takes time to it to turn into caterpillar soup so that it can transform into the butterfly. And that's what you're in right now. It is worth it. Um, just continue to really look at your self-love and your beliefs about self, because that is what will speed up things eventually. The more work you do on your inner self, the faster the world starts back up. But when we are being drawn, our soul wants us to focus in on our self-love and that connection and our awareness of the world, it slows down and it won't speed back up till we do it. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Kritika. It is worth it. It takes time, but you don't want to take the bread out of the oven too early, because it's all gooey and gross. So keep it in the oven, keep going. All right. So hi, Wine Subliminals. Hello, hello. And Kalika Trotman, you'll be the next free reading. Let me just make sure there have been no other donations. So we'll continue moving down. I'll only be on for about 20 more minutes. So if you're wanting your reading to be prioritized and guaranteed to be completed in this session, all it takes is a donation. I honor that energy exchange. So we'll continue moving down. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up. That also helps out the channel. And so thank you for being part of that tsunami of love. All right. So, Kalika, you are very welcome in a general reading. So, let's see here. What does Spirit have for you? All right. So, what else? What else? Okay. So we've got the Page of Cups and the Seven of Coins. So, the Seven of Coins is about patience and things unfolding, taking its good old time. But I feel like this is coming to an end. In the Page of Cups, new love is on the horizon. Uh, you know, uh, I just feel that because usually it can go either way with that Seven of Coins. It could be like, oh, the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. But I just feel with the Page of Cups, that new love is just around the corner. Yeah. Because you have the seven, the chariot, which is all about movement and victory and emotional choices. But I just feel movement, movement, movement. So definitely that's some reaffirming that for me. That new love is coming around and that waiting period is over. So get ready because here it comes. As they say, buckle up, buttercup. It is around the corner. So, yeah, I'm hearing the song. They'll be coming round the mountain when they come. Yeehaw. So that's what's coming. All right. So that's what they have for you, Kalika. And Angelique, you are up next. So a love reading for the next period. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has. I've been contemplating doing like a lightning round because I kind of speed up here toward the end of these two. But maybe I'll do like once a week, I'll do a lightning round where it's like one card readings for everyone. Because I know we get in a little detail here and I don't get as far down as I could if I just do boom, 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 boom. So maybe once a week I'll do that just to give everyone a chance to get as many readings as we can in. So love reading, you have the Palace of Swords here, and palaces are unique to this deck, and it is this safety of where you can express your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. But it is also this place where you are questioning your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets around love. And it's a safe space for you to really understand why it is that you believe what you believe around you and in love and other people, and you're really um, digging down into the nitty gritty. Why do I fear this? Why do I fear that? And I like that. I kind of feel though you have two people in mind or two opportunities that are coming up here with love, and that makes you stand in this little because they both have different things. Yeah. Yeah. So they have different things to offer. One is passion, 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 and movement. The other one is security and financial security. And it's like you stand between two people. And that's why you're in this like, okay, what do I really want? Because this one can offer me this one can offer me that. If I could just have them both together, that would be great. And it's kind of like you're really working through what is it that I want because you're having these choices that are offering you different things. It's like a menu. I know it sounds bad, but it's like a menu at a restaurant. Well, okay, this comes with this side, which I really want, but this one comes with that. And this is sweet and this is sour, but I really would like sweet and sour, but they don't have sweet and sour here. So what do I want? And it's like you're really trying to determine what is you want. So I like that. But it's beautiful for you because it is revealing and allowing you to look into that. So that's what they have for you, Angelique, right now. So many blessings for you. All right. So Dollface Diva, you'll be the next free reading coming up. All right. There we are. And just a relation advice from Spirit. Let's see, go look here. Yes. Okay. Well, excuse me. So you have the hermit card, so which is the 9, and you have the 9 of wands. So this is the hermit's journey that you're on here about any kind of emotional blocks, any energetic blocks that you have. It's a time to reflect here, and it does go back to childhood with the 6 of cups. So there is these beliefs, these mindsets that you had when you were younger, like 7 years old and younger is when we develop our emotional beliefs. And so there is this nudge from spirit to look back and see, like, I know, like, codependency, like, our exchange rate of what we feel we have to give to receive comes from that period of time when we had to overgive and do extreme things to get any attention. That rolls over into everything into our lives. Feeling abandoned, fears of abandonment then ricochet out. So there's a lot of this. Our little emotional body has charged emotions that it experiences, and it didn't know what to do with it. And while it was still having them charged, when our mental body starts to develop around when we're 7 years old, it wants to be accepted by groups. And it was like, well, this little emotional side of me is like, I don't know, they're showing me Harry Potter, how when they would their his uncle and aunt, when they'd have company come over, they'd always hide him up in the room because they were embarrassed of him. And so, like, our emotional child, we hide away because we don't like to show the world that. And so there's all this emotion that's underneath, still, like it's in the cellar, or the cupboard under the stairs. It's still in there, still impacting us. We just aren't conscious of it because it was put down there so long ago. And so they're having you kind of look into the anything you can do to access your unconscious and your subconscious. If you have any type of ways you do that, like automatic writing or any kind of unconscious, subconscious review is important. And you have the hanged man too. So it's about pausing things in relationships and really take that time to look inward. So it's like slowing down in the relationship area to really clear some stuff out. And I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Dollface Diva. So many blessings to you. All right. Christy Organa, you are up next. You are welcome, Angelique. All right. Okay. Find out where I was. There I am. So, Christy, hi there, lovelies. A general love message. Will you ever find it again? Did you hide it so well? I don't know where I put it. It's probably with my keys. Let's take a look here. So, Christy. Yay! I know, right? What? This is a yay. It's You're gonna be freed from the cage that you're in around love, because you've been doing the work. You've been realizing all of the energy that you were putting in to those beliefs around love before. And so the 10 is the ending of old energetic cycles and the beginning of new. And you have the sun card that comes in. Victory. This is what I really said yay about. So it's victory, it's brightness, it's wonderful, just brightness and light that comes into your life. So definitely warmth and love. Um, and it does represent Leo energy, which is also about the inner child, which is what you have been looking at, and all those charged emotions I was just talking about with Dollface Diva too. It's all that charged emotion that you have been looking at and releasing, and that just opens the energy flow to come in a different way. So definitely you will find it again. It just is the continuing to look at the blocks that you've had in the past, in those belief systems that you have, the supposed tos around a relationship, those need tos around a relationship, and just freeing it up. And it just brings it in a new way. But I feel like with that 10 of wands, you really are at the end of like, I've been investing so much energy in love. I'm done. I'm just ready to let all of that go, and I'm gonna let what come in its own way, not in the way that I felt it had to in the past. And it just opens things up. It's freeing, but the more you find that beautiful sun and love within, the more it just flows on the outside. So I really like that. So that's what they have for you, Christy. All right. So Cynthia Brito, you are up next for the next free reading, and you blocked your baby father from your number and social media. How is he going to contact you when you block him, Cynthia? So you can like stop by and knock on your door. You're just challenging him, huh? You're just like, now let's see how you contact me. How badly do you really want to contact me? Yeah. Well, I do see here you've got the Chariot, which is movement. You've got the Knight of Cups, which is emotional movement. So all the knights, all the horses, and the king of coins. Um, so I do see here that there is this movement. So I do feel they will contact you again, but um, and it is, I feel like with this king of coins here, this ace of pentacles is them. It's a mirroring for you, your worth in relation to the outside world. This communication, this power of choice that you have here. You have such a strong connection between each other that the mirrors are just intense. And I know you go through periods of time where they just and so you block them and you push them out of your life, but you can run but you can't hide. you know and Yeah, here's the emperor. So you have the emperor and the king. This is you really standing up and taking control of your life. The Aries energy is fire energy. So it's almost like the twin flame journey. You guys are connected, and like this is spirit. They have both of you together here, and they will not let you escape from one another because that's the agreement you wanted. You said, no matter what, do not let us run away from each other. And you can even see that here with the King of Pentacles. Here are these two towers. These are you two. These are you two. The choices, two horses. These are you two. And so you are just drawn together, and um, I feel like when is when you open back up, because you're the one who's pushing them away, saying, you're too much right now. I need to cool off. And then when you cool off, then you open up the gates and you allow them to uh, enter again. But then if you push them out, it's almost like they're showing me, I think it was True Blood, but it was like you invite him in your house like a vampire, and then you withdraw your invitation, which pushes them out, and then you allow them to come back in, and then you push them out. And I feel this is huge mirrors for you, just to understand why, uh, why you're doing that with them. You have the Three of Coins, which is about staying true to your authentic self, and that you can do that while still communicating with them. And I feel like that's what you're going through, is you are trying to stay true to you, but when you interact with them, your triggers trigger, and then you're like, okay, get away. I'm dismantling triggers. Okay, now let come back in. Oh, there's still triggers. Get out. Let me get rid of some more triggers. Okay, now it's like they're coming and they're going, but these triggers that happen inside of you are yours, not his. They are being themselves. It's your triggers that are causing your emotions. Their triggers cause their emotions, not you. You're only responsible for your own. So I feel like when you're ready, you unblock them and you allow things to unfold. Yeah, because you have the high priestess. So you do take time to go into your temple and then you come out of the temple. You withdraw, you go in, and you go out. So that's what they have for you, Cynthia. So it's a twin flame journey. I think you did check out that video of I posted it a little earlier here. It's the pick a card. If not, go to my timeless pick a card playlist. There's one messages from your soulmate, soul partner, and twin flame. And you definitely have a twin flame uh, relationship with them. So hang in there, Cynthia. You can do it. I know you can. All right. So wine subliminals. Hello, hello. And we are to you. And let me see any. Okay, don't see any other donations. So wine subliminals, you will actually be my last reading, free reading for this session. So if you guys want to make sure that I get to your reading in this session, then donations are what will guarantee that. I do honor that energy exchange, but I've been on for 2.5 hours. So this will be my last free one. And then I will be back this evening within 6 hours. And as I mentioned before, I have a ton of free content on my main page. If you go to click on my name, it'll take you to the Bretta Zen Mystic Tarot page. Tons of playlists, so just follow your heart, and the creator will draw you to the reading that has the messages for you. And so there you go. All right, wine subliminals, how can you get over the toxic situation? Let's take a look here. See what we've got here. What would you like wine to know? Okay. All right. So obviously, the ending and the new beginning, it's almost like with this Knight of Wands, this is fire and movement and passion. And so there was a lot of that. That's what just it's like almost like addicted to love, right? Addicted to a situation where there's just so much passion. I'm not able to let it end. I'm just not able to do that. And so spirit is saying, well, we're the ones that can help you with this. This is your human self here that is kind of addicted to the toxicity of the situation. That's where the draw is so strong it feels like it can't get away from it. But this is your higher self. And so they really are having you connect higher to the spiritual world. Focus in asking them to bring information to you, show you signs, and they definitely can help with the releasing of that situation. I read a little earlier about forgiveness, which I think I'll end the reading on that because I feel like that will help. But let's take a look here too, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is endings, and Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, new opportunities in the outside world. So there is the ability to have this end and to begin new. So it is there, and they want to give you that hope that it is possible for you to do that. And then here's how you do that. You have the Nine of Coins, the Nine of Pentacles, which is about going into yourself with spirit in this garden. This is where you learn more and more about your worth in relation to the outside world, which allows you more and more to release that as well. So again, they're saying, here's the hope, it is possible, and this is how you do it. They're like, Withdraw inward, and because the 9 is like the hermit's journey, withdraw inward with spirit in the higher realms. We will help you with that. We'll help you release it. Oh, yeah. Because you also have the of swords, which is movement, leaving behind old ways of thinking and moving into new ways of thinking. And here's the Three of Cups. Three of Cups for me is a special message from our higher self and our posse of support saying, we're here. We'll help you with this. We'll help you leave behind old ways of thinking and move into new ones. Excuse me, because that Three of Cups, excuse me, get me all choked up, represents your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, creator spirit, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are. They have made themselves known in each of these areas here for you, to connect with them, and then they are going to bring in the wisdom, show you the signs, bring you information to help release yourself, because it's the fears, these old ways of thinking that are keeping you attached to it, because it's almost like if you're in a toxic job where they don't honor you and they don't respect you and they kind of abuse you and don't pay you for your extra time, and but you're afraid you won't be able to find other work, and so you stay in the situation till the situation lets go of you. And I kind of feel like there's this bravery of like, you give notice and you leave and you find something new, and it's the situation allows you to release that. Let me so the thing I read a little earlier about forgiveness, because this is what I feel like is such an important piece of information they want to give you. And it was like, forgiveness is not only letting go of a judgment that we have around a situation, but also seeing this illusion that we are separate. When we forget that, or not aware that everyone we're interacting with in this world, situational or people, that this is a giant play that we're in, that we, with that strength card, the tiger or the lion is the human character, but we are this actor behind this character, powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. And we are really good actors. We could act really like really jerks down here, but it's not who we are in reality, just in this pretend game that we're down here. So that's where, we see through this illusion that we're separate, that we're actually all part of a beautiful sea of unconditional love. We're all drops in a sea of unconditional love, because all wounds stem from the illusion of separation from source and all of creation. And you don't need to forgive the action, just the person, so that you can be at peace. Look at the high price that you pay for being a vessel of anger. It doesn't mean what happened is okay, just that we're no longer willing to carry around pain in response to someone else's actions. And when we hold unforgiveness, which is fear, in our hearts, we only punish ourselves after all. And angels can help us release unforgiveness if we ask for their assistance. So it's so in perfect with all the cards that came out there. So that's what they have for you right now, Wine Subliminals. Hopefully that helped and resonated for you. But thank you so much for that question. I'm sure it helped more than just ourselves. All right. So thank you guys so much. Sorry I wasn't able to get down to the bottom here. We had a very long list today. Again, thank you so much for all the thumbs up. It is totally free, which is the best price, I know. A little tap just helps the YouTube algorithm get excited about the videos of this channel to help spread love to the world. So thank you so much for being a part of that tsunami of love. And if I wasn't able to get down to you and you need answers right away, please check out the playlists that I have, and Spirit will guide you to the reading that has the messages for you. I will be back in about 5.5 hours for this evening session, back tomorrow morning, and then, of course, every night after that as well. So, thank you guys so much again for all the love, all the support. And please know that every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing day, amazing night, wherever you're at. And until I see you again, um, hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.